Welcome to Next Gen Manufacturing Nexus. Today, we're cracking open the playbook used by over 1 million companies to absolutely nail their operations. We are talking about ISO 9001, the powerful blueprint for building trust and delivering amazing quality every single time.
So let's start with a scene that probably hits a little close to home for some of you. Your company makes a product, right? But the quality, it's kind of all over the map. One day, customers are singing your praises. The next, not so much. And you're left scratching your head, wondering why one batch is perfect and the next is a total dud.
And you know what that inconsistency costs you? It's not just a headache, it's a direct hit to your wallet. We're talking wasted time, wasted materials, and a team that's constantly fighting fires instead of looking ahead. All of that just eats away at your bottom line.
And the worst part, all this chaos eventually finds its way to your customer. And that means frustration, complaints, and a reputation that starts to feel, well, shaky. You know you can be better. You just need a system.
Well, what if I told you there's a proven, global framework designed to turn that chaos into control? A way to build a rock-solid foundation for success you can actually count on. That's exactly what we're about to break down.
That framework is called ISO 9001. But look, before we dive into what it is, we really need to get clear on what it isn't, because honestly, there's a ton of confusion out there.
Okay, first things first. People mix up ISO 9000 and ISO 9001 all the time, but they're totally different things. Here's the simplest way to think about it. ISO 9000 is like the textbook. It defines all the terms and concepts for quality management. But ISO 9001, that's the exam. That's the actual standard your business gets audited against to prove you know your stuff. You get certified to 9001, not 9000. Big difference.
Now this brings us to a huge myth, one that stops so many businesses dead in their tracks. It's this idea that ISO 9001 is some exclusive club only for the giant multinational corporations of the world.
But that's just not true. The reality is the standard was built from the ground up to be scalable. For a small or medium-sized business, this isn't some heavy burden. It's a massive opportunity to punch above your weight, streamline your entire operation, and build some serious trust with your customers.
So, what's this framework actually made of? It's not just a big book of rules. Nope. It's all built on 7 core principles that really act like the DNA for a company that takes quality seriously. And principle number 1 is the big one, an absolute obsession with your customer. It means that everything you do, every process you create, is driven by one question. What do our customers need, and how can we blow their expectations out of the water? Next up, number 2, leadership. And I mean real, visible leadership. Look, if the people at the top aren't bought in and actively involved, any quality program is pretty much doomed from the start. They have to lead the charge.
Third is engaging your whole team. Your people are the engine of your company. They're the ones on the front lines creating value. You need them to be competent, empowered, and genuinely engaged in the mission. It's absolutely crucial.
Number 4 is the process approach. This is a game changer. It's about stop thinking in terms of separate departments and start seeing your business as a system of interconnected processes that flow together. When you do that, you get results that are consistent and predictable.
And fifth, a relentless focus on improvement. This isn't a one-and-done kind of thing. It's about building a culture that is always asking, okay, that was good, but how can we make it even better tomorrow? It's a constant journey.
All right, number 6, making decisions based on cold, hard data. It's about moving away from gut feelings and this is how we've always done it, and instead using real evidence to guide your choices. You're just way more likely to get the results you want.
And finally, number 7, relationship management. This is the simple recognition that you don't succeed in a bubble. Building strong, solid partnerships with your suppliers and other key players isn't just nice, it's vital for long-term success.
Okay, so you've got these 7 amazing principles, but how do you actually make them work? Well, they're all powered by a simple but incredibly powerful engine that keeps the whole system moving forward.
It's called the Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle, or PDCA. This is the beating heart of ISO 9001. It's a constant loop. You plan what you want to achieve. You do the work. You check your results against your plan. And then you act on what you learn to make things better. Plan, do, check, act. It's this cycle that makes sure your system is always learning and evolving. So, you get the principles, you get the engine, but what's the actual roadmap? How do you take this from an idea to getting that official certificate? Well, the path is actually a pretty clear 5-step project.
It all kicks off with preparation, getting your team aligned and setting the stage. From there, you move into documentation, where you map out your key processes. Then comes the big one, implementation, where you roll it all out. Before you call in the pros, you do an internal audit to find any gaps. And the final step is the official certification audit. That's your finish line.
Now that word documentation can make people nervous. And it brings us to another one of those big myths, that ISO is just about creating huge binders of paperwork that just collect dust and slow everyone down with red tape.
But listen, this is so important to understand. It is not about paperwork. It is about performance. Good documentation gives your team clarity. It creates a playbook that everyone works from, which drives consistency. It creates accountability. It's a tool for getting better, not a tool for creating bureaucracy. Okay, so you've done the work. You've passed the audit. You have that shiny certificate hanging on the wall. So what? What's the real payoff here? I'll tell you right now, it goes way beyond just a piece of paper. The real win is what it does for your business. You're going to see way more efficiency and a lot less waste. You'll build incredible trust with your customers because they know they can count on you. Heck, it can open doors to new contracts that you couldn't even bid on before. But maybe the biggest thing is you create a culture of always getting better, and that's what fuels growth for years to come.
So I'll leave you with this question. Is your business actually designed for quality, or are you just kind of hoping for it? ISO 9001 gives you the blueprint to stop hoping and start building quality right into the DNA of how you operate.